All right, we're watching Mike1400a, who's playing Ashe, Soldier, mostly Soldier. I think there's a little bit of Tracer in here too. How do I stop dying so much? This is Masters 5 on PC on Circle Royale. I've been improving a lot over the last couple of months, hitting Diamond last season after being Platinum for so long, and then hitting Masters at the start of the season, but I think my aim is the main reason. I feel like my game sense is still lacking a lot. Dying is my main problem. In that replay, I had the most deaths of anyone in the lobby. It's not a problem every game, but it comes up often enough for me to not just wipe it off as a bad game. I tend to take risky angles to try to get more value because sitting behind a tank and holding left click does not feel like it does anything at all, but in turn I die because of it. If someone can tell me the things I'm doing wrong at certain times and give me pointers as to where I could / what I should be doing to be more effective, that would be great. So this is going to be somewhat of a different replay. We're going to go through every single death and talk about, like, is this death okay or is this death, like, bad, right? Because not all deaths are bad. Like, some deaths are like, yeah, there's pretty much nothing you can do here, or the death doesn't matter. Like, if you know, my team gets 4-man killed by Junk Tire and I live, like, so what? Like, it's a 5-on-1, I'm not going to win this, so I might as well just die as soon as I can. Like, that's a death doesn't matter. But getting picked first almost always is a mistake. So we're going to go over these deaths all one by one. Less so talking about like all the other details, just because I don't want this video to be super long, but mostly covering the deaths themselves. I will note that I've already watched the game. My general vibe here is you feel like someone who has other competitive FPS experience. I think your aim is pretty good for your level. It certainly feels like I can believably Masters level aim, but you are so bloodthirsty. Like, you will tunnel vision on getting kills regardless of what happens. Basically, every single time you spawn, you run at the enemy and immediately try to get a kill. The problem is if the enemy plays smart in any kind of way, you're going to get killed because your play is very predictable. Like, you're very like single-minded. Like, I spawn, I run at the enemy, I get a kill, or I die right away. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of fast-forwarding. Alright. Pharaoh's over here, try to get kills. Okay, fine, everything's good. Alright. Your Roadhog has died right now. So I would note, as soon as your Roadhog dies, the odds of you winning this fight have now dropped dramatically. Like, you're down to like 25% plus territory, and you should strongly consider at a minimum playing bridge or just like start falling back right away, because this is a very forward position. So the general way, oh shoot, I didn't load up Epic Pen. Should I bother doing this? All right, let's try. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully this works. Alright, good. Cool. So, the general note for Circuit Royale is that you're going to start... That's what I want. You're going to start here, okay? Here or here. And then these two, the first spot is going to retreat to here. And then from here, you're going to retreat to here, right? And then potentially over here. And then eventually you guys loop back around and you play the backside of the point. Okay, so this is kind of the first position, and you should be either in position 1 or position 2. After that, you get to be retreating to either position 3 or position 4, and the final hold position is position 5. After your tank is dead, you cannot hold position 1. At a minimum, you have to be in position 2 already at this point in time, like already rotating to here. After you've lost more, or if they're able to be fast, you can't even hold position 2, and you must be continually retreating. Position 3 is not holdable as well. If they're fast, you have to switch to position 4 and position 5 and wait for your tank to return. So the important thing here is you don't want to be dead for the next fight, okay? And right now it's going to be relatively hard to get picks once your tank dies because you have no pressure from your tank. Okay, so number one, your first problem right here is that you should already be rotating. Trying to, like, you see, like, you have zero chance of killing this Roadhog, right? He's got self-heal, he's got 2 supports here, he's near a spawn, even get the kill, he just respawns right away. This is bad. You need to pay attention to the Pharah. You're not looking at the Pharah at all, and you can't navigate the map backwards. So an important skill, especially as you push higher ranks, you have to be able to navigate the map backwards, right? Going through without needing to look behind you. But as you see, you're trying to move backwards right now. You're going to be out of position. Right? You see how you get stuck here? This rocket should have killed you. Though, to some extent it doesn't, because like the fact that your dodging is so unusual that you managed to not die there. But my note here is that you should never have been here to begin with. You should have been right here. Okay, as soon as you ate any damage from the Pharaoh, or she expands your position, you drop immediately and then you rotate right away. So you're just not rotating soon enough. You're not actually going to die here. I'm just noting that right away. But right now we've killed the Pharaoh. So as we mentioned previously, you position 1 over here, position 2, 3, 4. So you see your team's already moved to position 3/4. You're still here in position 2. The problem is their team has already cut off your escape route. You have no way to get away at this point in time. You don't have Coach Gun. You move with Coach Gun, it'd be hard to get away. You're really, really overextended. So their team is just going to step up and start pressuring you. And then you right? Or trying to kill the Mercy right here. You fail to stop the res. But even so, like, you see you're trapped. Like, you're dead. The Roadhog doesn't even need to hit hook here. You're going to die here no matter what. That's the big problem here, is you're not rotating early enough. I don't know if you play tank at all, but I think this would be really helpful to also play tank to understand like the timings of like when things can happen. Support's another good example of someone who needs to think about this a lot. I think to some extent maybe because you play DPS, you don't think about this as much. You're thinking mostly about kills and not as much about positioning. Okay, we're gonna fast forward right now. So let's look at the situation. Right now, card is about to capture. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes against 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they have all. No, they just lost the Pharah. So it's a 5-on-4. You want to stay aggressive right now, and you want to apply as much pressure as possible. You do not want to be attacking the Roadhog, right? Unless the Roadhog is absolutely going to die. You do not want to be attacking the Roadhog. Your main goal here is just to keep the rest of the team back. Applying pressure. Roadhog gets hooked. Okay, you're shooting. You don't dodge that grenade at all and eat that big damage. This damage is critical right now because you cannot safely peek again. Like, you're going to do it again anyway, and I understand that. But if he fires a grenade up here, it bodies you, it does 120, you die instantly. So that not dodging that grenade was a critical mistake. Okay. We look down here, we see the Roadhog is low, you throw purple, you dynamite, you're trying to kill him, and you notice that he does not die. I mean, a big part of this is because he actually gets nanoed here, but I'm just noting that I don't know that I'm dropping here for pretty much any reason. Like, there's like a little bit more time. I guess you have to touch card here, but my inclination here would have been to see if my Roadhog would live, because honestly, like, this is going to be really tough for me to survive here anyway. To be fair, nano was popped. Like, that definitely saved the Roadhog. Unusual situation. I think on the list of deaths, like the previous death, really bad, right? I don't think you should have died there. I say bad. This death, okay. I understand. You thought your Roadhog is going to die. Their Roadhog is purple. You're trying to force it. I think this death is okay. I think you could have stayed high ground as well and just been like, okay, I mean, either my Roadhog lives or not. I'm not going to be able to hold it anyway if my Roadhog dies. Okay, this death. So we're going over here, right? You're trying to go with the Pharah. Great. Just chilling for now, right? I think, again, with your Roadhog dead, so the Roadhogs have traded here, but the problem is this is a really hard choke to get through, so you're just trying to play here. One note is that they're going to spam you a ton, so you can think about rotating to this door. At least somebody should be applying pressure from the other door to make it harder for them to spam you out. But you can also wait for your Roadhog if you want. Your team is closer spawn. I would not go this far back. I would definitely want to stay this corner, or if I had time, rotate up over here. Because going further back is going to make it harder and harder to contest. We start walking up. Roadhog's here, right? You're swinging with him. You see that rocket? You don't try to dodge it at all. You take a big shot right now. This is bad, right? You're not paying attention to spam at all. Like, you know the Pharah is constantly spamming here, okay? You see her. The second I see her, I see that the rocket flare, I'm immediately dodging to the left to make sure that I don't get hit by this. You don't dodge it at all. You walk straight into it, take a ton of damage. Gotta stop jumping so much, too. All right, you're looking. All right, you send Bob out. Okay, fine. Pharah's here. Try to kill her real quick. Okay, good. So, the issue here is you have killed the Pharah, right? They've killed your tank, unfortunately. Roadhog is coming. You can't do anything about the Roadhog. You really need to back out from this position. I want to play a nice tight angle where he'd have to swing wide to try to kill me, or I want to play farther out here such that I have more time to dodge and break the hook, okay? You're immune to Roadhog as long as you play near a corner. When he throws the hook, just immediately snap the hook, and then you're good. You just don't want to play anywhere in this open area, okay? So let's draw again. So this area, no good. What is good? This area right here is pretty good. This area, maybe, right? It depends on a lot of situations. If your team has enough damage pressure, you're fine. This area, also okay, right? This area, also okay. But like this main box here, like in the stairs, that's where you don't want to be because you're gambling that the Roadhog is not going to hit the hook, which is dangerous. So Roadhog misses. There's no reason to coach. I think your coach can just try to prevent a hook kill, but I didn't hear it, so I wouldn't have done it. So once again, we notice you're standing straight in the middle of the stairs. I know you know the card is coming, but you can't stop this anyway. Like, you need your tank to come back, and your tank is going to be here soon. You just need to not die right now. But as we noticed, you're out in the middle of the stairs. You're going to get pulled in, and you get instantly killed. You'll recognize here that the Roadhog has hook off cooldown right now. Your entire team is rotating to save spots. Hanzo's gone to the right room, which is good. Anna's playing close to the door, which is good. Kiriko can play here because you're in front of her, so she's not worried about getting killed here. She's worried about you. You're the one who gets pulled. You're the one out of position. You're the one who dies. Very luckily, your tank manages to go in. Nano's pop ends up saving the day. So we're back up here. You're looking. So think about this for a second. Number one, I can hear the Roadhog in using headphones, okay? I can hear the loud, heavy bass footsteps of the Roadhog. I understand that the Roadhog is rotating under me and is going to loop around, okay? It's very unlikely he's going to go through the underneath stairs because it takes forever to take that rotation and there's no point. So I'm expecting him to come to my right. Now, the problem is you are not expecting that and you're not thinking about this at all. Like he's not crouching, right, trying to do any subterfuge. He's just straight up just running up. And then you swing this angle against someone who can easily kill you. This is extremely dangerous and reckless. You get hooked, and you coach gun at the wrong time. Right? At a minimum, you could have tried to juke, right, the hook initially, and then you get hooked, then try to coach gun away. I mean, you might have still died, but like this way you coach gun yourself in a straight line. It actually makes it easier for him. Because if we watch, right, think about it right now. If you juke, if you AD strafe, hard for him to land this. Since you coach gun yourself, you go in a straight line, and then it's an easy hook and another kill. You are once again out of position. You should not have been here. When you heard the Roadhog rotating, you should be like, oh, stay behind my tank. You frontline way too much. You're consistently ahead of your tank, and that is why you die. Unlike all heroes. And it's especially bad in Ashe, who's like a medium to long range hero. Alright, we're gonna play Soldier here. Coming out. My tank's out there, really important for me to try to get value right now. Kiriko dies, okay, not a ton I can do here. Tank's dead. At this point the fight is lost, there's nothing I can do. Right? You kill the Pharah, which is great, but like it doesn't make any difference because they're going to tap anyway, and the Pharah's going to respawn. So this kill means almost nothing. You really should just suicide right now. There's no reason to try to stay alive, and if you die here, you're going to get staggered. Again, dying here would be totally fine. It literally doesn't matter at all. Even if you kill the Mercy here, does not matter. It's not going to change the time of the push at all because she's just going to respawn like over there and be back here by the time the card gets up here anyway because of the stall. So you trying to stay alive here is impossible. Look at this position. You're the only one who's wildly out of position and super overextended. The entire team is going to collapse in on you because of this. Pharah jumps in and she kills you. Again, you should recognize, look, even back here, I've lost my tank, I lost my Hanzo, they're about the cap, the Pharah and Mercy are here, there's nothing I can do, die or get out. Right? Those are the only two options, die or get out. There's no try to get out and then die. That is devastating. Dying right now is fine. Even GM top 500 players, it's okay to suicide right now. Suiciding right now is totally fine. Trying to stay alive here, and you're like, oh, let me burn down the Mercy. Again, killing the Mercy here does not matter. Right? Trying to get a kill right now is a bad idea. And now you're rotating way too slow, and the Pharah's going to kill you. For the record, you had an opportunity to go out this way, which probably would have saved your life. But instead, you're trying to pick another fight. Right? This is just a bad time to pick a fight. You're turning with 30 health against 5 heroes simultaneously and simply disengaging and going out the side of the map. Alright, next death. So we're going to go up here. One thing to note is they've been playing Pharmacy all game. So I have to recognize Pharmacy is always a threat to me. It's very hard for me to beat Pharmacy in a straight fight, right? Because it's a 2v1. There's 2 heroes, there's one of me. It's just tough for me to outdamage that. I don't want to get put in a situation where I'm forced into a 2v1. So if I go up to this window and the Pharah boosts up, I'm suddenly in grave danger. I have to hit the Helix and then I have to hit a significant amount of damage, with, like accuracy, to prevent her from two-shotting me, right? That's like a really important note here, is taking this fight right now, at this point in time, is not a great idea. But I'm going to come up here, I'm going to stand still, right, when I push here. So watch. Ana's visible right now. I stand still and shoot this, which allows the Ana to do 70 damage to me right now. This is bad, right? This is just like sloppy. Don't stand still pretty much ever in Overwatch. Mercy comes up, okay, great. You put down healing station, you get tagged by the Ana, and now I'm fighting a 3-on-1 for some reason. This is just a bad play. So I think you're like, oh man, I got off angle. But like, if it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. You're sitting someplace where 3 people, enemies, can fight you and isolate you from your team. You just don't want to fight this. If you need to, just play back, okay? If that space is not available, like if you see the Pharah coming this way, yeah, maybe you can rotate. But if Pharmacy's still over there, you're fighting too early. I think you can just play here, slow down, wait to see what happens over here, and then if your tank creates enough space, then maybe you can rotate, right? If your tank is able to take this corner, maybe you can play up here. But against Pharmacy, this is a bad idea. Super, super bad idea. Plus, the Junkrat could have also jumped you as well, right? And turned that into a 4v1. Pharah's out. And you come out right now. I hear the Pharah. I know the Pharmacy's right above me, right? Super close. I want to play careful here, right? I do have cover here. I have cover here. If I stay alive at all, like by a little more time, my Ana gives me 1 dart, forces the Pharah to hit 3 rockets instead of 2. So I swing wide of the pillar, which immediately commits both of us, right? Now we're both in a life or death situation, which is not required. I could simply play the doorway, and there's no way that she can kill me. I either kill her or I survive. That is a much better fight. And if you think about like 1v1 duels, You want to be in a situation where either you win the fight or you survive, versus I win the fight or I die. Objectively, the first scenario is better, right? But you put yourself, you're like, hey, look, I don't care. I swing on everybody. I don't know if you ever played Counter-Strike before, but you remind me of people where it's like, oh, like 3 people are pushing the site, and you're like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna swing and try to kill all 3 of them. And your aim is good, and sometimes you can kill 2 of them, but you get picked so fast that it doesn't give your team any time, versus slow playing, like throwing flashbangs, throwing smokes, slowing them down, spamming the smoke, right? Trying to get an easy pick and then disengaging and swapping to the spot. Like, that's smart play. There's no smart play coming from you. You're just like an aiming machine. Like, you're good. Your aim is good, right? You definitely are getting kills. We've seen you burst down Pharah. I think you're gonna kill her again right now in like even disadvantaged situations. But you constantly keep taking these like ultra aggressive, super committed fights, right? Like, you kill her right now, but then you still die for it, which is, unfortunate, because you didn't need to die for this. You could have just played the corner, burned on Pharah, and still have a pretty good shot at killing her, and have 0% chance of dying in this situation. So he's dead, respawning again. You're gonna come out here. Pharah's responding at the same time. Pharah's a crazy person and tries to just walk up here and conk towards you. She dies. That's super bad play on her part. I have no idea what she's thinking. You see the Roadhog, you're obviously in danger. You're rotating here. I don't know why you're putting heal station right now, because the Roadhog is chasing behind you. You can hear him chasing. The footsteps, the shots, you can hear him chasing you. This is not the time to put down heal station, because you're not going to stay here anyway. You sprint over here, then commit to killing the Mercy, or continue trying to evade this way, or wrapping around this way would 100% guarantee your safety. Like, this is kind of a mistake. You see, you're staying here. You're still trying to kill the Mercy. You should have gone for the direct there. It's a good hop. Try to kill Mercy. She's super low, but you're going to get hooked, and then you're going to die. So, like, the note here is, when you came up, right? When you killed the Pharah over here, I would also note that you're so overextended. Like, your tank's only playing here. You can't play here if your tank is here. Arguably, your tank should be playing further up, but, like, you just need to play around it, right? You can just be invincible effectively, just play off your tank. But you're in this crazy overextended situation. This is called overextending, right? Frontlining. Like, the tank is over here. As a general rule, right? Wherever your tank is, you cannot be ahead of that line, right? Wherever you have to play is behind it or beside it. You can't be in front of your tank. But you just don't really care about that. And then you're out here, right? The other enemy tank is like, wait, what the heck? Why is there a soldier here? He misses the hook, and now he just hard commits on you because he's tanky, so it's hard for this team to kill him. And he just, again, walks over here. He misses a lot, but finally, finally you die in that situation. So, like, we're seeing common patterns here about, like, the ultra aggressive, like, super bloodthirsty, wrong time, wrong place. Like, this time you decide not to push. I think you hear the Roadhog or the Junkrat, and you're like, okay, no. So just think, like, hey, what's a better spot to hold? To be fair, I don't know if this is, like, a great situation for Soldier for a lot of reasons. I think, again, spammy heroes or heroes that have really long range are much better. But right now, you could play up top, because with the Kiriko, you could play up here against Pharmacy, right? Because there's 2 of you up here. I think that is a reasonable spot to be playing right now. But alternatively, you could just play a little further back. Alright, Visor's popped for some reason. Or rather, Nano was popped for some reason. You're gonna pop Visor here. This is extremely dangerous, but I mean, I guess you pop Nano, so whatever. Alright, we wiped the team. Ana's dead. Okay, how do we get here? Ah, see? This is a good example. This Ana should have suicided. Jumped off the map, right? Ran into your team, whatever. This is incredibly dangerous for her, like, for no reason. She should have just died with her team and it would have been fine. But now she's staggered too. Right? What she did, like, I'm sure you can look at that and be like, this Ana messed up. That's what you do. It's like so obvious to the other team that you've made a mistake. So, noting right now, hey, look, where's the Roadhog? Which way is the Roadhog going to go? I can play here if the Roadhog's not going to push. If he's going to push upper, I got some options here. But I think that I'd also strongly consider taking high ground over here and then just trying to stay with the Kiriko. But Pharah's reckless. I would be careful. I can hear the Roadhog above me, so I want to be very, very careful about what I do right here. You run up. You are so lucky you do not get hooked. You really should die for this. Like, think about it. You hear the Roadhog, so why are you pushing him? Like, you already killed one. The cart's not moving anyway. You win as long as you do nothing. But if you go here and you get picked, then they suddenly have an advantage and can start rolling with that because their Pharah's going to come back before you will. And see, if you're controlling top left, you don't have to deal with that soldier at all. Now you're stuck low ground with a soldier on high ground. This is a really bad position. Lasering down the Mercy. Kill the Mercy. Okay, great. Really big kill. Kitsune popped. Now, you push with the Kitsune, which, quite frankly, is a terrible idea. You really need your tank to play in front of you right now. One body shot from the Pharah and a little bit of spam from the Roadhog instantly kills you right now. The Pharah is just not very good. You're in, like, a weird situation where I think your aim is probably, like, High Masters plus even, but your game sense is significantly worse than the average player at this rank. So you can like take 1v1s and win them all the time because you're just mechanically better. It reminds me of another soldier replay that I did like a couple months ago, where somebody was taking literally 5v1 fights and nearly killing 3 people. But like you're taking these fights that are really, really bad, but you're just mechanically good enough that you can still get kills out of it. But it's a crutch because you'll get ultra punished for this as games go on. In fact, you do, right? Because you still lose this game. So thinking here for a second, okay, ball comes in. Do I know where the fair is? I heard the fair over here. If the fair is up here, I need to respect the fact that you can drop into me and instantly kill me, right? If I've taken any damage, drops in 1 rocket, kills me. But you decide to stay here. Again, crazy overextension. This Pharah should kill you. 1, 2, this rocket should kill you right now, but she misses by shooting slightly to the right. Unbelievably lucky that you're not dead right now. You really should be dead. But I think you guys are going to full hold there. Okay. So, still decent defense, right, overall. Then I play Tracer here. This has to be one of the worst Tracer maps in the game. Is effectively a linear map all the way through with very little flanking, long distance fights, and not a lot of health packs. I have no idea why you're playing Tracer here. Like, just look at how goofy this situation. Like, what are you going to do right now? What's your plan? Are you going to pressure the Sigma from 25 meters away? Are you going to pressure the Bastion from 45 meters away? Like, are you going to pressure the Mei from 45 meters? Like, what is the plan? I don't think this is a viable situation. I think, if anything, you either go this room, take control of this room, force the tank back with this area, and then try to go this way. Or, number 2, you go up here and look for a double blink and push this side. But I think playing on cart right now is just a waste of everyone's time. Right? You're just sitting here, you're at 74 health. As a note, Mei can kill you in 1 tap to the head, because she does 75 damage with Icicle. Double damage is 150. I push over here, damage boosted Bastion, sticky grenade that I don't react to, just kills me straight up. Right? Grenade's in, you see it, you hear it, you don't blink or anything, and you just die. I think you just got tagged by the BAP too to finish that kill. But yeah, I don't know why you're trying to play Tracer there, that was foolish. Alright, so we're going to play Ashe right now. For the record, I don't need to play here. I can go to the left room and play this room where I'm incredibly strong, right? No way that I can die. I also have a mega health pack to refresh myself. Why stand in the lane where I'm going to get spammed by sticky grenades and Junkrat spam, ice and icicle spam? Not a strong reason for me to be standing here. I'm getting low, getting spammed down, and I die to the grenade. Just like, let's just watch like how you get poked down. Right now, okay? You eat the double hypersphere. You eat another hypersphere. Still no, like, trying to escape or anything like that. Grenade gets popped, thrown behind you. You walk into it and you die. Very, very sloppy play, which starts from just poor positioning. Same deal, all right? I'm playing main once again. Like, again, your goal, right? I wouldn't say your goal. The way you play is you run out of spawn, and I'm going to run at them, and I'm going to kill them all, or I'm going to die. You have to stop doing this. Just play like a little bit smarter, and you could win like 75% of your games easily. You just need to stop like literally running at them. Like, look at this. Again, like you get shredded here over and over again. You just run straight down main, and you get obliterated. Right here you are running. Again, this is what you do. You just go straight here and you're like, hey, I hope this works, versus going this way and using that angle, which is very, very strong, or even this way and using that angle. Either one of those angles are fine, right? Or you could also play top left, right? This is also an option. You could play over here, really strong headshot box, right? Just, right? So you coach gun out. Now, despite the fact that you're 38 health and you have multiple spammy heroes here, where are we going? Not towards cover, but just walking back into the center. Watch yourself after you coach gun. So we're over here. We're over here. Now watch. So you coach gun. Okay, great. So, I mean, we're like sort of getting away. You nearly died to this. So continue the cover, right? Get to the right, get in cover, give your Kiriko time to heal you. No, I'm walking back into main. What am I doing right now? And then you just die to spam. This is what's killing you. Like, this is not one bad game. Like, you very clearly have no real good feel for, like, how much danger you're in, or you don't care. One or the other. I have no idea why you switched Symmetra here. But you switched Symmetra. I mean, your aim is good. Like, there's no reason to switch Symmetra here. I think Ashe would have been just fine. So, Sim gets popped, or sorry, Sigma ulti gets popped. The correct move for all heroes is to immediately walk away from each other, right? Everybody wants to be walking away from each other. That way, when he tries to pick up, he's not going to get that many people. If he solo grabs you, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you're going to get grabbed, okay? But instead, what do? You continue walking forwards despite the fact that he has popped ulti, and then you get lifted. Unnecessary. Literally just walk away from it. Alright, you get slammed. You're not dead yet, but then you die on landing because you're stuck in position, which allows the Mei an easy kill. Right? You get lifted, she waits, and then she just body shots you and you die. Alright, another sloppy, unnecessary death. Our team's gonna get pinned and spawn a little bit right now. Alright, once again, you're trying to push main. It's a little tricky. I think you should consider going right door, which would be very strong. That like single-handedly pushes back the Baptiste right now. Right? Also makes it harder for the Bastion to get more value because you can spam them out. The turrets are going to do literally nothing. You teleport out, which is good. Don't over-rely on symmetric turrets. Like, your primary kills are going to come from left-click, right-click. So, you're in significant trouble here, but teleporting out, I think this is a good call, right? Try to reset your position. You should constantly be charging right-click. I don't know if you actually play Symmetra. Like, I feel like this is like a desperation tilt pick, where you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Let me just go this other random hero. It doesn't feel like you actually know how to play Symmetra. Like, your turret timing is bad. You're not constantly trying right-click. You're not trying to get picks with right-click. I don't even really want to review your Symmetra gameplay, honestly, because it doesn't feel like you know what you're doing. And, like, at Masters 5, like, you can't be, like, throwing out heroes that you have that you're just, like, trying for the first time or whatever. So, you're playing up on the cart. You're squished here against your Maga. This is not a good position to be. Sigma is going to constantly keep hitting both of you with spam, which is doubling his effective damage. There's no reason for this. Just don't play on top of your tank. This is a really bad idea. Like, play this side, play this side, play this side, right? Like, there's no reason to be playing on top of him, and now everything spams you. You're lucky that Nano gets popped, because otherwise you'd be dead instantly, right? You nearly die through Nano. Your team is doing an amazing job keeping you alive. Try to burn people down. This is quite dangerous to try to peek from the window side. This Flux gets lifted. Honestly, this death is fine, right? He solo fluxed you in a losing fight, no problem. We'll take this death. Not worried about this one at all. Alright, we're pushing up. So, here is the Maga. Okay? I need to think. I cannot get in front of him. Left room, if I have cover, great. Right side, great. This side, great. Just don't walk in front of him. That's all I gotta do, is do not walk in front of him. Alright, Simwall is okay. I'd say as a general rule, you actually want Simwalls to go north-south, not west-east, as a general rule. Because right here, they're all just going to sit on one side of it, and they can't damage you, but you guys also can't effectively damage them, so this wall is going to be largely wasted. But you charge beam, think about it. If you run wall like this, for example, you could run along either side of the wall, beaming somebody, and even bubble dance through the wall to make yourself incredibly survivable. So Mei has no block. You want that kill on her, but Sigma's here. Okay, burn him down. Yeah, great. Sigma's dead. Mei's dead. We're rolling. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is all fine, right? This part, I don't mind. All right, we're good. So let's think. Hey, Bash on the left side, beaming the Baptiste, but just taking a step back. What's the game situation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes alive. Okay, I want to slow down a little bit because they're very spammy. I need to look for like really tight corners to turn on them. Got to build this. This is fatal. Baptiste is 75 damage on a body shot, burst, which I would virtually guarantee right now. 150 on headshots. Mei is 75 on a body shot icicle and 150 on a headshot. Again, very easy to hit because I'm running a straight line. Sigma does 110 damage with hyper spears. This is like should have instantly killed you. There is no reason for you to not be dead right now. Like as this happens right here, you cannot be running in a straight line at him. Like, if he just shoots you, you die. Like, it's actually crazy that you get away with this for as long as you do. I don't know why the Mei is, like, slowing you. She should just icicle you and you die. Sigma whiffs you completely. You stay alive much longer than you should. I don't know why you're even putting a teleport right now. I think you could have just pushed with that while he was grasping. So, you're trying way too hard to do, like, cutesy teleport tricks, which is not necessary, because they're going to go through and they're going to instantly get destroyed as soon as anybody looks at them. Mei is going to hit you with the body shot right here, because you are, or headshot even, because you are not dodging. So you're outside of the slow field now. Now you start AD strafing immediately. But because you are not, she's going to see that you're walking to the right. See how you don't dodge this at all. Any AD strafe here is a complete whiff. Instead, you take 150 damage, which means you're going to die pretty much immediately after this. Pretty soon. Yeah. Again, gotta dodge. Don't dodge, you die. Alright, where are we? So you sort of swap back the soldier. Short angles, not good for you. Play medium to long angles. Okay? Play here, play up here, right? Wait for your tank to make a little bit of space, then go. Like, you're generally super disconnected. Like, I feel like you don't think that your tank ever does anything. Like, you feel like the kind of player who's like, oh, my tank never does anything. I need to do everything. This is not true. You just don't play around your tank's timing windows at all because you're too impatient and you want to play around your timing windows. But that's not the way Overwatch works, right? Overwatch works by your tank goes first, then you play off of that. No matter how bad your tank is, unless they're AFK, they will create some space, even through everyone in the opposing team trying to burn them down. So, here we are. Hyper Series gets popped. You should sprint right now to get out of this. Okay? Sprint right now to try to get out of it. Do you sprint? No. You just walk it. If you sprint right there, maybe you get out of it. Maybe not. But sprinting is better than not sprinting. So you get lifted and you're going to die here. I would still say this death is okay, but it's not great. Because I do think that sprinting would have helped you. Alright. So, let's note here. So what's going to happen right now? So Maga's going to come up and he's going to apply pressure. So what Maga is going to do is Maga's going to wrap this way and start applying pressure. We want to be wrapping backside of the cart, right, to widen the angle so that spam here does not hit me over here. That's the general idea right now. I do not want to be playing on top of him. The problem is, you see how you're playing the spot where the Maga is, right? And now you immediately, your uptime goes down because you immediately need to disengage because you're taking so much pressure. Versus if you wrapped wide here, you don't take the hits from the Sigma. It's a lot harder to hit you at range. You have the card as cover. You're not injured right now. You put down heal station, and then you can fight this out. So you have to back out right now because the Sigma has pushed you. One note here is that you could even just run to the room and be super annoying. Run to the room, shoot from here, rotate here, get the Mega, shoot from here. You don't necessarily need to go all the way back, but you can't be the frontline target right now. There's like way too much pressure on you for, like, you can get isolated and killed. See? And then you die. This is exactly what I'm talking about, is you cannot be right here where they can all just ignore the tank and kill you. This is not the tank's fault. This is your fault. You had the options of playing this room, right, and having either one of these doorways to attack from, okay? You could have played here, right, and been attacking this way, or you could have just stretched out and played, like, back here. I think this option is number 1, this option is number 2, right, and this option is number 3 because your team's already playing over there. Alright, so again, eat a big shot there, and then you just get burned down, then you died, and I don't know if you're going to get another real contest. Oh, you get another contest. Okay. So, get another contest. Once again, I'm clumped up on my team. I don't have to worry about this. Like, my team is here. It is not my job to stand on the cart. What I want to be doing prior to this, when we are pushing up right now, I do not want to be on the cart. Okay? What I want to do is take one of the possible angles that will make their life difficult. So where you want to be is either over here, over here, over here, or over here. Maybe over here. All right? I think this angle right here is like number 1 and like the strongest angle and safest. This angle is very good, but the problem is if they push you, you can die here. This angle is fine. This angle is probably tied with these as like equally like okay value. You do not want to be anywhere here. No good. Don't want to be here. It's not your job to push the cart. Let someone else push a cart, like a support or somebody else who can stand behind it. You can't get kills if you're sitting behind the cart. So what your team needs you to do is just take any sort of off angle that is not literally standing in front of the cart. This is bad. See, spam's coming in. You're immediately worried. You get hit by that grenade. Now, like, you're injured, right? See, you're injured, and like you can't get healed here because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's very chaotic. Sigma's in your face, he rocks you, gets you low, and kills you. And that's the last death of the game. I hope this is helpful overall to help understand, like, why are you dying, right? Consistently frontlining, ignoring the enemy tank despite, like, their massive threat they pose, taking bad, like, 2v1 fights, you know, just being way out of position, getting spammed out with your team, staying in main. These are all coming together. Like, it's not just one problem, it's like all the problems. But I think the central themes here are you are way too impatient and you just don't believe that the enemy team can kill you when they for sure can. Like, there's a situation where I'm like, oh, you obviously should die right now, and you don't seem to have that same read of the game. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.